It was y'all's idea.
Dude, I have a first podcast idea.
You might get the inside scoop right here, guys. All right, so we are here today. We are gathered here today to discuss DC's Batman, the Joker's War. I'm gonna grab my little bookie poos.
And we should probably start off with this little caveat. They bought a lot more tie-ins than I did. And
We're not gonna discuss the tie-ins.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say, y'all have
If
some
anything-
knowledge from there.
If anything, Jessica and I can just discuss the.
Well, I was gonna say the one I only read one
can-
tie-in and it didn't
Okay.
really.
I only read
It
one
wasn't-
tie-in
Girl?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Which
was.
tie-in did you read? Detective or?
Warzone. Joker.
Oh, right. You told us.
See, I read Batgirl. There's only one.
Yeah,
issue
so-
that really tied
So
in.
we're really, I don't have issue 100 here, but we're really going to be breaking down 95 through 100. Those are some of the variants. Justin, you read it most recent, right?
Mhm.
So maybe you can give like the general, oh, by the way, spoilers of course, but
Yes, spoiler.
Yeah.
maybe you can give like the general story arc since you read it most recent. Because I'm definitely gonna forgot some stuff.
Just
that
the
happened
real
right
quick
now.
Oh yeah,
overview.
because
Just the overview, the setting, the
we
plot.
didn't read
okay.
them like back to back.
We read them
I think.
monthly, kind of when they were coming
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah, so
95 is a bit of a haze.
I
I
should've
binged the
reread.
last 3 days. So
Yeah. So maybe you can tie everybody.
Well, I don't know that I can perfectly promise to separate the storyline before it because the storyline.
no, you
before
don't
it-
have to. Yeah, you can.
So,
just give us what you can.
coming off the heels of the designer storyline.
Because Jessica and I didn't read that at all.
Yeah, and
we
it was
had no
actually very
background.
good, like debatably right there with the Joker's War.
Right. That's fine.
In terms of scale. So,
Right.
or story, I should say.
Right.
Anyways, what happens in Joker's War essentially is Joker has found a way to take Bruce Wayne's fortune, put him sort of reeling, and taking all his stuff, taking
Because
control.
what's a Batman without money?
Yeah, well,
It's kind of what we had to learn.
he's just like a really good detective / boxer. Wait, billionaire. Wait, not a billionaire, but playboy, philanthropist.
Yeah.
Just all
Yeah.
except for that one.
Right.
Genius.
So how did the Joker take all his money? Was that revealed in Joker War, or was that the previous arc?
So, I think that came heavily from a plan that had originated from the designer.
Okay.
So if you read that storyline, oh man, I don't know if I want to spoil that for you guys. It's just
Okay, just know that Joker has basically seized everything
Yeah,
from
he
Batman.
has
he got
everything.
the plan, I think, from the designer
Okay,
back in the day.
back in the day.
If,
okay.
if I understood it correctly.
Okay, because now Bruce can't get into his mansion. He doesn't have access to his cars, his money.
Joker
Right.
has access to everything.
And
Right.
not only that, but Joker, with his many followers of clowns, has really taken over
It
the
turned
city.
into the Purge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the Joker purge.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the end of the Joker movie in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It
That's
was
true.
kind of a continuation of that.
Um,
So right away, I told Jessica this. The setting, if you will, this version of Gotham City was an immediate turnoff to me. Like, I feel like it's a story that eventually needs to be told. What happens if Bruce loses all his money? What happens if Joker gets all that money? But to me, the setting was kind of boring. Because I don't, this version of Gotham,
okay.
where everyone's a clown, Bruce has no resources, and it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic Fallout almost.
Okay.
I don't really go for those.
I think
often.
that's one of the reasons I liked it.
Right. To me, it's
because
boring.
of the post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, coming from my background of I think I've read, except for maybe somewhere in the 20s or 30s, I've read like the whole entire run. So Gotham wasn't like that the whole time, so maybe
Right.
it gives me a different perspective because
That's fair.
it changed with the story.
Right. That's fair.
So but yeah, I mean it was regular old Gotham before that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean Joker has a heck of a following. Is all I can say.
He does.
I mean,
He does.
I still don't know how to explain that.
Which
one,
to
but-
me, if you're Bruce, that's almost more concerning. Is how many people put on clown
I mean, yeah,
mask
you're not wrong.
and now are gonna try to assimilate back into Gotham City.
That's what I was gonna
So-
say. Now you don't know who was. You know.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do
I don't
anything
think
with
they will.
that. I don't think suddenly Commissioner Gordon's gonna be a clown or anything like that. I don't think it's that deep. I think it was just to set the atmosphere of like Bruce is outnumbered here.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of crazy how they just toy with the police and like I guess Harvey Bullock is the commissioner at this point, so it's like, I mean he's doing the right thing. He's doing what you'd hope he'd do, but he's darn near powerless through the
Right.
whole thing.
Yeah.
So to me, that just gets really boring.
The biggest plot hole is why would anyone want to be a police officer in Gotham City? Why would you even want to
That's
live
fair.
in Gotham City?
That's
That
fair.
Like, I think one character actually brought that up. Like,
Right,
how does
and-
anyone live
And
there?
it feels like that's almost every Batman storyline, or not storyline, but there's always in any arc there's a character going, like, man,
Yeah,
why live in Gotham?
Batman loves Gotham, but like your average Joe, like surely you don't have transplants. Like you live in Metropolis, why would you go to Gotham?
Well, okay, I'm pretty sure we've been reading Three Jokers, and I dipped my toes into the New 52 Batman,
Yeah.
but I'm almost certain, if I can remember my train of thought here, people were saying that Batman is or the Joker was saying Batman is basically a psychopath. Like, he loves Gotham, he loves the Joker.
Mhm.
He doesn't want to kill people because then he would stop having fun.
I don't disagree.
I don't
There's some-
disagree either.
Batman's probably the most fun hero to take apart
Dissect.
psychologically. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just cut to this. I don't know if we were ready to get here or not, but I actually hate Batman after this story.
Whoa.
Bet you weren't ready for that.
No, I wasn't.
I
Elaborate.
dislike Batman as a character, or at least as he's written in this storyline. I'm not gonna say
Okay.
that suddenly his,
There's a lot of versions of
70
Batman.
years,
I was
yeah.
about to say.
but the Rebirth Batman is ruined to me with this storyline, and it all comes down, again, spoilers. If you haven't read it, you're not. Here's a spoiler for you. The very end.
There's already been spoilers.
Yes, but this is going to be the biggest spoilery part so far. At the very end, when Joker is tied,
Yeah.
and Harley's like, I got really good bombs. I
Yeah.
got really good bombs. And she's like, you can only save one of us. And Batman says, okay, you unshackle yourself and defuse it. I'm going to go get her. And Joker says, no. We don't play like that. You have to save me. He goes and gets Harley, right? But then Joker just unshackles himself, and he's just at loose
Because
again.
he still had the other Batman suit.
I don't get
Because
how
what
you
was
guys
said
aren't
was
like
that-
that was dumb. How are you guys not like that was really dumb?
Okay.
How are you gonna defend it?
I don't think that part was great.
It was lame. It was
Fair enough.
lame. I thought they killed Joker for like 2 pages. I was like, they did it. Those sons of guns actually killed the Joker. And then he
Dude.
shows up, and I'm like,
I think it would have been
gutless.
It would have been crazy if they had let Harley Quinn kill him.
They weren't
Batman
gonna do
wasn't gonna-
that.
I mean, they came
I
awfully
like Harley
close.
Quinn more now.
I was actually about to ask you,
I
how did
like-
you feel about Harley?
Yeah, I like
I
Harley
think-
Quinn. I also like Punchline, but I like Harley.
Harley
Quinn now
played a
more.
great part in the
Yeah.
whole story. I think.
Harley outshined Punchline
I really didn't
hard.
expect.
Yeah.
Which killed me, because I thought Punchline was going to be really cool.
Punchline is so much like the old Harley, but then I feel like in a way it shows you how Harley has changed.
Yeah,
I didn't expect Harley to be good all of a sudden.
Punchline existing almost did more for Harley
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Punchline not
Which is
existing.
ironic. You would think she's like treading on her territory.
Yeah.
It's even the way it's written, but in a way,
But
no. You see the contrast.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
almost highlights how cool Harley has gotten.
Yeah.
So look, I'm just going to be real with you. And then he talks to Clown Hunter in the backup story, right? And this is what really did it in for me, okay? Because I didn't hate Batman until this backup story, where he goes and talks to Clown Hunter.
Yeah.
And Clown Hunter's like, dude, I looked out my window every night waiting for you to stop these guys, and you let them burn buildings, kill people. The Joker killed my parents because of you, and you could have stopped them. And what does Bruce say to the kid?
No,
He says,
No, he also brought up that Bruce killed or messed with his dead parents because of how the Joker had them all. And
Just to be
No.
clear, though, Clown Hunter doesn't know he's Bruce. right?
fair, I don't know.
Batman. I just
I don't
said
know.
Bruce 'cause
He's
he-
talking to Batman,
Yeah.
Yeah, but either way,
which
Batman,
we have the benefit of
you
knowing.
know,
Right,
Bruce
right.
Batman.
apparently
So-
re-murdered his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was screwed up.
Yeah.
That was screwed up.
Yeah, so what does Batman tell this kid? He says, if you hurt one more clown in this city, I'll take you down. I'm like, are you serious?
I
Are
wish
you
I knew the
serious?
verbatim on that. Well, like Batman. Okay. I get
I'm
where
fine.
you're coming from.
Here,
He
I get
literally-
where you're coming from.
It's okay. He literally tells a kid, if you hurt any of these clowns, I'll put you down. And I'm like, are you serious, Bruce? You have lost your mind. And, you know, if that's where he's going with this, if at the end Batman turns out to be kooky from all these years, Then that's a... Okay, we got so in conversation we didn't notice the camera stopped. Thank God Jessica was here. But basically my final thought on that was he's a Joker sympathizer.
Okay.
So Joker sympathizer.
So did it get the rest of it?
It got us saying that if the angle is that Batman's going to come out kooky and he's defending the villains.
You haven't said much after that.
Because he no longer cares about Gotham. He cares about the role Batman plays in Gotham. He cares about the adrenaline from fighting with these villains. And if all these villains, if he were to kill every one of his villains, he would be empty. Even though a new villain would just rise to take his place, he doesn't see that way. Like, Joker is literally the other half of Batman. And I think that was on full display here. Like, Batman is scared of what happens to Batman if Joker doesn't exist. Because everyone was like, dude, seriously, we've told you before, but we have to kill Joker. And he's like, no, not my Joker. Please, that's my Joker. And they're like, dude, what do you mean that's your Joker? These aren't actual quotes, but that was the vibe I got. Now, you're free to disagree. You're free.
You're gonna look up things.
Well,
you're free to defend it.
Here's my thoughts.
Go for it.
I don't think you're wrong, but here's where I come from on it.
Okay.
In a way, you have to ignore it. Here's why. This is the same. The problem you somehow came up with in this comic is the problem I have with all comics.
Okay.
And that is that they don't end, so you can never truly kill the Joker.
But you can kill the Joker.
And then
Everyone's
they're
just
gonna bring him
scared.
back. You never really kill him.
Okay, here's the problem with this: is you and I have talked in great length about how Batman has just a plethora of villains. You can kill the Joker, and Batman would be fine. And who's to say that somebody wouldn't rise up and take the mantle again? It doesn't have to be a permanent death.
4 Jokers.
4 Jokers. I just want to
So
see
we don't know
Batman.
what's about to happen.
I just want to see Batman have the guts to kill the Joker, because I've yet to see it. I've yet to see it.
But Batman doesn't kill anybody.
That's bullcrap. I'm so sure we can pull up just time and time and time of Batman killing people.
Not in
Recently?
the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, sure, back in the early days when he used to gun or
Okay,
whatever.
but when are people gonna address his whole you can't put Joker in prison because that never works? You have to do something. Why can't
So
we
that's-
just give him a lobotomy?
That's the thing. Like, oof.
Why can't we do that?
Jeez,
we didn't
they'd be
kill
better
him.
off killing him.
No, we didn't kill
That's like
him.
less ethical than killing somebody.
It's not about ethical. It's about the law, right?
It is about ethical. That's why he won't kill somebody.
Then why will he beat people to near death?
It's not about the law. Batman, you think he goes the speed limit in that Batman?
Well,
it's ethical more.
Well,
Where do we draw the line on ethics?
Okay.
Because beating someone into a...
Spider-Man doesn't kill people. Superman
Okay.
doesn't kill people.
you know what needs to
Okay.
happen to the Joker? Sin
What?
Eater.
Sin Eater? Could you imagine?
I think Sin Eater would just like fall over.
Probably.
He could not handle
But
that.
yeah, none of them kill people.
Because they're all boring.
Here's the thing. Batman has the burden of having the single best villain that makes money. And this is the comic book industry. This is why you get stories like this. To me, like, we haven't even talked about the highlights. Okay. Joker
Okay.
with the bat suit and the philosophical idea of taking Batman's dream. That was cool.
Okay. It was just
Like-
quickly washed out by the following scene. But
Fair enough,
it was
but-
cool when it happened.
No one's gonna mention Alfred the zombie.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
that
was
was
awesome.
crazy
That
because
was
the
for
Joker. You gotta understand, this is like yin and yang. The Joker doesn't want to kill Batman either.
Right.
They make it clear earlier.
Which is fair. I can see Joker not wanting to kill Batman. He's a psychopath.
Well, this is a part where I'd really like to say something about when he met with the designer. But, like, I know y'all haven't read that.
I mean,
but-
dude, if you want to put it out there, you can put it out
Okay,
there.
well-
Because our viewers may need that context.
So, the setup to all this is that the designer met with Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler, Joker.
Okay.
He took them out nice to his headquarters. It was top secret. And for each of them, they got a perfect plan to get their dreams become a reality. So, Riddler's plan was to, like, gridlock the city or something like that. And then Penguin's plan was to own, like, so much of the government of Gotham City. Catwoman's plan was to make a fortune by robbing somebody. And, of course, that meant that the plan he gave her was to rob Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously before they were linked.
Okay.
Joker's plan, basically this is where the whole thing fell apart. He met with Joker last, and the plan was for him to kill Batman. That's like Joker's dream, right? Well, come to find out, it threw designer off for a loop because Joker does not want to kill Batman.
Right.
And so I think maybe that didn't compute. and then the whole thing fell apart. And I'll let y'all read if you ever want to,
Okay.
as far as like how it went. But it was super interesting, about maybe more interesting than Joker's War. It was really good.
Okay.
But that's how it's set up. That's how you have the way that Joker steals his fortune from that plan.
Okay.
It was a perfect for the perfect takeover of Gotham, and that plan is what turned Gotham into what you saw. It was all
Okay.
4 of theirs. That's how it happened.
Oh, okay.
So it was actually a really important.
See, that's good
story.
context.
Yeah,
That's good
yeah.
context.
I know, so I didn't want to leave it out on there, but
And I knew it said something about it referenced Catwoman's heist.
yeah,
Right.
It's someone else too, but you know,
Right.
we didn't go back and read that.
yeah. So it was really good in tandem with that storyline, I think. And so the best thing you're gonna get out of a Batman story with Joker is you're not gonna get finality, which I agree is what I would love. Either Joker's gotta kill Batman or Batman's gotta kill Joker.
There's got to be better conclusion than just Joker gets away.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
agree.
I mean,
Like-
there might be some in between you could do, but that wasn't it.
Even just acknowledging that like, if everybody thought he died, that would have been okay. And we know he's eventually going to come back. Either way.
Okay, we will touch more on some highlights, but I do want to point this out, is that because Joker's War was made to be like this big event, and then it ends with him saying, I'm going to lay low, but I'm going to come back and have my final goodbye. And I'm like,
Yeah.
A, for starters, I don't believe that. You've lost my trust.
Yeah.
B, you've ruined Joker's War in that it's no longer a self-contained story because it's all a build-up to something bigger now, even though this was pegged as the big event.
Yeah.
So, to me, it's like, if they had just ended with something other than, hey, I'm going to have a big goodbye a couple of issues down the road from now. Like, it just ruined the ending for me in that regards.
How much time do we have left? You wanna
In
say?
this angle, 2.5 minutes.
Okay, just make sure. Yeah, I do not disagree with what you're saying. And I actually kind of found myself in disbelief a little bit at that they were saying, this story's going to continue here, this story's going to continue here. And I'm like, I don't know if Joker's story's continuing there or if we have to wait for so long and he's just going to pop right back up in the main story.
It's like Joker fatigue. They want to tell some more stories, but they will
they'll
bring
only
Joker
go
back.
so far without Joker, and that's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
And to me,
And
that's
I don't like that. I agree. I don't like that.
it's kind of ruined Batman for me at this point. Like, I'm very thankful the next couple of issues aren't Joker because I don't really want to read any more about Joker because it goes nowhere. It's just a circle.
Well, I guess I'll kind of. I don't know if we should reset it or not.
Yeah,
but
well,
I'm kind of moving to final thoughts, I guess.
Okay, before you move to final thoughts, just in
Okay.
the same breath, the zombies in the movie theater,
Yeah.
to me that was stellar. You know, like
Yeah. That was good.
bringing Bruce to the movie theaters, having all the zombies there. It's the movie.
It's like
yada,
at
yada.
every movie theater too.
Right. So to me,
Yeah.
that was another highlight. Punchline, at least until the end. I enjoyed Punchline.
I enjoyed
through,
Punchline,
through
too.
most of it
Because I enjoy old Harley and new
Yeah.
Harley, so
And she's gonna get the Punchline one shot.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for. So there really were a lot of highlights. You get the first Clown Hunter in this.
and I like Clown Hunter. I think
Yeah.
Clown Hunter
Yeah,
is
I
like the
like
Batman
Clown
you
Hunter.
wish he was, like in a way, right?
Well, I'm not saying Batman has to go full off the rails,
kill
but
everybody,
Joker
but-
is a problem.
But
Yeah.
philosophically, I think in real life we'd probably all agree with Clown Hunter,
Yes.
which is an interesting
To the
idea.
point that Joker has gotten to, dude. Like, Joker is too unhinged.
Like, I'm closer to your line of thinking than you think. I just accepted it at some point.
No, not this version of Joker. Like, he is mad. He is unhinged. He's always been like a goofball or a, ooh, I might kill the whole city. But now he's actually, I'll kill the whole city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this has gone too far. He's
Yeah.
he's not playing anymore.
It's like Batman doesn't kill, but can you kill by ignoring
assisted
something?
homicide.
Yeah.
And that's what it's getting to.
I mean, it's manslaughter, right?
It is.
It may not be first-degree murder, but
It's negligence on duty because Batman is supposed to stop these people,
Yeah,
but he's
he didn't.
not.
He didn't.
So, I mean, I don't want to dwell on that, but to me, that was the take-home message from
I
this.
don't
is that-
disagree with you, Jessica. What are your thoughts before we like?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, do you like where do you fall on this thing? Like, I've just accepted it. I know that Batman and Joker are this disconnected thing that are never going to end.
But it's at the cost
Yeah,
of so
I
many
didn't
people.
expect it to be that he just got away
Boring?
like
Yeah.
that,
You can
yeah.
call
Yeah.
it boring.
and then he pops up.
To
Yeah.
me, I would say it was a good story with flaws. Like
Yeah.
to me, it's a well, if I may give it a grade in a second, but
Okay, look, you don't even. I'm not saying you have to kill Joker. You don't have to say anything. And maybe this is what you were getting at. But imagine like 10, 20 issues from now, that bar scene happens where Joker's at the bar, like, hey, I'm coming back to Gotham. It's like, well, I thought he was dead for the last 20 issues. You at least got to live in a small time frame where you thought Joker
I
was
actually
dead.
do think that would be
Yeah,
better.
I would have rather
Yeah.
it happen later.
And maybe-
not a backup story.
And maybe Bruce thinks he's killed the Joker, and maybe he's dealing with the cycle. I mean, imagine if we got to see a story where Bruce actually thought he killed the Joker.
Yeah.
Because he's scared to death to kill the Joker. So imagine if he had to live in a world for a year or two where he thought he killed the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the book spent a lot of time when he was tripping and talking to the ghost of Alfred, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's tired and he has this dream for Gotham and he wants to be so perfect no one dies.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And we're
he wants
nowhere near
everything
that right
technology.
now.
So, he won't do the one thing that'll let him get to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that worried about Penguin. I mean, I guess
No,
I'd be a little worried about Riddler, but you saw
But
how
not-
easy he handled
But
Riddler,
not
right?
killing the whole city.
Yeah. Like,
Very
Joker
few.
is the one. You'll never have your dream.
As long as Joker exists.
Joker
Yeah.
exists.
And how great would it be if Joker faked his death, let Batman get that perfect utopia, and then he came back and ruined it?
You know what would be a better story to me? If the
Go
whole
for
thing
it.
ended with Batman choking Joker to death and that was finally it, but the Joker's somehow alive and then he's actually mad about it and now actually wants to kill Batman. Like, get rid of the stupid... Get rid of the...
Yes!
I agree. I'm just not writing off Batman for it. That's the thing.
Well, I'm writing off this current Batman.
Okay.
I told Jessica I'm
Rebirth
rooting for...
Batman.
Yeah, I told Jessica I'm rooting for Ghostmaker in the next arc.
Okay.
So that should tell you where I'm at. But we just gave them 3 great stories
Yeah.
that they could take and spruce up this Batman Joker thing, because it's just stale to me at this point. Joker's getting too unhinged.
Okay. Hey, I don't disagree. So I'm just gonna say my final
Go
piece
for
about
it.
it,
And
I'll
if you
go
have
kinda-
any final thoughts you want to jump in, then you can
I think
say.
this will pretty much be my
Okay.
my period on it.
Okay.
Okay. One criticism I have that I haven't brought up, I think they did this too close to the end of the City of Bane stuff, because
Okay.
that story was really big, and honestly, after reading this and thinking about it, I think that one was better.
Okay.
Because there was some finality,
Yeah.
some big things happened in it.
Right.
To me, it was surprising that such a big event was happening that fast. And I have nothing against big events.
It was just the
but
numbers.
Yeah,
Issue 100.
that's the thing. I know.
Yeah.
So it's like I think I needed a little more setup,
Yeah.
but I would still say this story was like B plus A minus for me.
I mean, this was James coming out swinging as
Yeah,
a Batman
yeah.
writer. I mean, you gotta give
I
him
think it was
credit.
just a matter of not quite nailing the ending for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, me too, man.
But I love the Harley and Punchline stuff. I love the new characters. Before I read it, you told me all these new characters are going to be in it. I'm like, geez, I'm already overwhelmed. But after actually reading it, I'm excited for all these new characters.
That's the thing. He's
So-
building
Yeah.
a pretty cool
Yeah.
universe.
So
with
I'm
it.
actually really excited about the run. It's just, the Joker thing. It's not that it's totally stale, but it's gone on for too long.
It's getting there.
We need something different to happen.
Right.
And I'll leave
So
it
were
with
you
that.
assigning it a score, a letter grade, a number grade?
Yeah, I mean, I was floating on a B plus A minus, but I think I'm gonna go B plus because I would probably give the City of Bane stuff an A minus to an A.
Okay. Obviously, I voiced my thoughts plenty. I will just come. You said B plus. I will say B minus. I will say, honestly, it's just the ending. Everything right up to the ending, with that suspenseful moment in the sewers or wherever they are, where he's tied up. It's flirting with A plus at that point for me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it just loses all suspense, and Batman goes off the rails, and it just brings it down to a B minus. But everything up to that point is probably an A plus up to that point. So that's my thoughts on it.
Jessica?
I guess mine would be about a B.
A B?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't read any Batmans before.
Right. So
Story
that
arc.
well, that's your perspective you get to bring on it, right? Like
Yeah.
Justin and I have seen this song and dance for the last 20 years, but you're
Yeah.
fresh on it.
But I really liked Harley and
Yep.
Punchline. Batman was okay. I did like, what they were doing with Gotham, even though
Okay.
it was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think they should have done something else with Joker. Either wait
Okay.
longer or something, not him immediately get out.
Back,
or
right.
they could have let Harley do something.
Right.
I miss Alfred. Alfred, like, issue to issue.
You miss Alfred.
Yeah, I miss Alfred issue to issue.
Yeah,
Like,
Jessica, I think you might have been the one who was bringing it up that you were wondering if they were setting Harley up to be Joker or setting Punchline up to be Joker. And that they could finally kill Joker because there was going to be like an heir.
Yeah.
to
I mean,
his
if
law
they
there.
eventually reset, like how they did New 52 Rebirth,
Yeah.
if there's another one on the horizon, I think they do need to kill
Do something
somebody.
like that?
Yeah.
They need to.
Yeah.
That's your excuse to. Because then
Right.
when they reset it, of course Joker will be back.
Joker will be there.
I'm okay. Give us a dang story with a real ending.
And then in that timeline, the Rebirth timeline, Joker's dead. But not the DC universe as a whole.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You'll have Elseworld stories to carry you over until the reset, and then he'll be erased.
Right. Yeah, I know. So that is our review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We have ran out of memory. We have talked too much. Let us know what you thought of Joker's War down below. We appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.